Live from the Heartland Mamas studios, this is the Heartland Mamas podcast. I am your host, Heidi Henry. The Heartland Mamas podcast can be found on all podcast platforms, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, proudly part of the Demcast USA network. As of today, we have 231 days left to save the USA. We are 231 days away from the November 5th, 2024 election that will decide if our country can retain its principles and founding fathers' notions and writings about what the United States would be, what that 13 colonies became, what it is today, or will we devolve into a fascist, white Christian nationalist state? It has never been more clear in all of our history how important this election is. Now, today is Illinois primary day. I don't have a primary opponent for the Illinois 75th House of Representatives. I will be the candidate, the Democratic candidate. I will face a far-right opponent. Some of my friends have primaries today, and I wish them well. And for some of them, it's going to be a glorious and happy day. And for others, it's going to be time to take a few moments off, step away, and then come back and work toward the end result of burying Donald Trump at the ballot box November 5th of this year. We have to bury him so deeply that he can never come up into our world again. We have to excise Donald Trump from the body of our country. We have to expel him. We have to cut him out like the cancer he is, like the pariah he is. There can be no room at the table for people like him or him ever again. Every so many years we go through this. We went through this in the 1930s. We're going through it again now, and it's worse than ever. And the problem with Trump is the fact that his fascism is also tied to white Christian nationalism. They've used that one-issue voter to get to this point, and they intend to drive this point like a stake through the heart of our country. I want you to rise up and stay committed and steadfast to defeat this orange menace and to defeat every far-right candidate like him, like my opponent. We have to persevere. We can't give up. We can't let up. We have to keep going forward. I want you to know that Wednesday's going to come. Wednesday the 20th is going to be here. And whether you won or lost your primary, your feet have to hit the floor running. You've got to go, go, go. You've got to knock a lot of doors. You've got to make a lot of phone calls. You've got to send a lot of texts. You've got to write a lot of postcards. You've got to put signs in your yard. You've got to do everything you possibly can to raise money for candidates that will help form the future of this country. And we're either going to be a fascist nation or we're not. That choice is as crystal clear as any you have ever had in your life. So don't give up. Don't surrender. We have the moral high ground as Democrats. We have the moral high ground, and we must keep it. We can't go back. We can't go back on women's rights. We can't go back on human rights. We can't go back on workers' rights. We can't go back. The future is coming at us. It's rushing at us every day. And it's our job, our duty as human beings to embrace that future and run headlong into it. It's going to come whether we want it to or not. So let's shape it into being something better than what we have right now. From the edge of the Great Red Divide, right to your ears. This has been the Heartland Mamas podcast. I am your host, Heidi Henry. Happy Primary Day, Illinoisans. Happy Primary Day.